What's up, guys and gals? Welcome back to the Nerdcastle for the next episode of The Long Dark. Today we are doing the Hopeless Rescue Challenge. My name is Splattercat. Very happy to have you here today as we hang out for a little while and try to make this thing work. So in today's episode, we've got about a day and 7 hours left to really try to make it out of this zone. And so I'm going to do my best. I mean, I don't know how many hours of darkness we have left. It says 4. We're going to have to do our best to travel at night. We don't really have much of a choice. I think that's going to be a big part of whether or not we are successful in the near future, is if we can travel and just keep moving, we may be able to make it by the time this is all up. But we have 2 zones to walk through. 2 zones to walk through. We are slightly winded. We are slaked. We are full. I ate up every single last bit of food that I had. I think I got like 2 jerkies and maybe like a can of dog food left. But other than that, there's not a whole lot of things we're going to be able to make use of. The map that we're going to be headed back through, Pleasant Valley, is not one with which I am incredibly attuned. And frankly, we don't really have a lot of time to get attuned with that zone. That's going to be the downshot there, is that this is one of those playthroughs where my lack of knowledge and my lack of flexibility and my lack of desire to go into some of the nastier zones when I play Sandbox is really kind of catching up with me at this point. Really catching up with me at this point. There should be a cave we're going to end up traveling through over here somewhere, although I don't know exactly where it's at. It's been a bit. We needed to travel out to the left in order to get there. Unfortunately, we're using the world's worst lantern, so we're not really getting a whole lot. In fact, we might be better off if I just didn't use it. Yeah, I feel like I see better without it, because then at least my eyes can adjust to the darkness. Whereas with the way they've got it designed right now, the tiny bit of light that it actually throws out just makes it so you can't see off in the distance very well. And so I think I'd rather just travel in the dark and hope for the best here. We're going to be avoiding sprinting as much as possible. We're going to be avoiding getting into trouble as much as possible. It's a little chilly. It's not cold enough to actively make me worry about what's going on, but it's cold. It's a little chilly. With 4 hours of darkness left, I don't know if what I'm looking for is up on here. Unfortunately, with that snowfall, it's impeding my ability to see pretty well, too. Damn, this has just been like the playthrough, like walking in between locations. Is one of the reasons why I didn't really want to do this challenge on the channel, is because I feel like with the hunted and stuff like that, there's something interesting going on. Whereas in this, it's just like, how good is your map knowledge? All right, check off on the list. You know where this is. You know where this is. All right, that's cool. You have the map knowledge. You've made it. Because really, we haven't done anything in this playthrough aside from walk in a direction the whole time. Between the rocks and whatnot, I'm having trouble seeing in here now. There are some sticks and things around, and in fact, I think gathering those up for a future fire might be a decent idea. I just need to focus on getting my dumbass back to Pleasant Valley, which I think is actually just in the corner. Like, if we follow this hill right here, I think it'll put us right in there. As far as things left to do, I mean, we probably have 2 episodes left in this. I think we're probably going to make it. I don't want to, like... I think that's my spot right there. I think we are probably going to make it. We're going to cut it close, but we're more than likely going to make it. I traveled through the evening, which I think is the big part, is that a certain level, you've just got to be like, well, I know it's cold outside, but we got to get moving, and we got to get moving, like, right now. And if we don't, I think traveling at night, actually, you could probably do this challenge at record speed. It just depends how fast you can scavenge up clothing to help you get through the weather, because I think that's a big, I think that's a big component of this challenge as well, is what kind of clothing can you get onto your character. And luckily, this doesn't seem to be quite as nasty. Like, for example, when we were playing The Hunted, or when we were playing some of the other challenges, it was kind of nasty because the game actually nerfs the clothing that's available, and it nerfs the food that's available and stuff like that, so that you have to scavenge a lot to get standard stuff like the military jacket and whatnot, whereas with this challenge, it feels like it actually has, like, sandbox levels of loot. It wasn't too hard to get our hands on it. I don't know how much fuel I have left. There's a stick right there, though. I can make myself a torch, worst come to worse. There's a cave over here. Is there? Oh, look, there was an opening in the stone for a second. I guess I was improperly informed. Now that we're here, I'm just going to put that away. I don't think that we need it now that we're actually on the right path. And in fact, I'm going to holster that. Ooh, there's a stick on the ground. The reason I'm picking up sticks is because we may need to take a brand from our fire very, very soon. And if we have to take a couple of brands from the fire, it's going to affect our playthrough. Torches are not my favorite light source. It's a stick that's on fire. I mean, you only get so much mileage out of it. Okay, so we are back to Pleasant Valley now. As I understand it, with my general mental reckoning of this area, because that's all you really have, I would love for them. I've always said that they should add some kind of map making to the game. But maybe that's just my inner cartographer / geologist that really, really wants to make maps. That is also possible. That I just really, really want to make maps. I think I remember my way back from here. I don't recall exactly where I'm working towards. God, my headphones. My headphones do this thing where, like, I like to wear my headphones on one ear and off of the other. Some people are like, why do you do that? I'm like, I don't know. I've just always done it this way. I like doing it this way. It makes me happy. Is this the rope that had all of our shit at the bottom of it? If there's not a whole bunch of items laying down here at the bottom like food and whatnot, I'll know that I'm in a different spot. I can't see it all, too. Yeah, I think this is the spot where we went up. Let me just verify very quickly. Yeah, this is the spot where we went up because I remember this little lodge over here with the outhouse. However, I dropped the toque. We are a little cold right now. I would say we probably have time for a little nappy.
Find someplace to escape this cold.
I'm working on it. 45 minutes to get that done. Go ahead and do it. Alright, so we've got ourselves some fir wood. I'm probably going to take a couple-hour nap just to get ourselves revitalized before we head up and out of here. So we got fir firewood, no accelerant, fire striker. Yeah, use the stick. 70% is better than no percent, which 55% is just like, it's going to fail a bunch of times before we get it through. And because it takes us a couple minutes to light the fire, unfortunately, don't talk to it, you're going to jinx it. That's part of the voodoo of lighting a fire, is if you talk to it, you're going to jinx it. You're going to make it worse. You definitely don't want to jinx it, not if you can help it. Gotta fix my microphone here now, too. Just so, I'm like, argh. You know when you sit down at your desk and you're just uncomfortable? Like, you don't know why, maybe the monitor shifted or maybe something else happens, but for some reason, you're just not comfortable at your desk, and then you gotta sit there and, like, investigate what has gone wrong. I'm gonna throw most of this in here, I'll be honest. I don't need most of it. We don't really, I have a 1.77 potable water. That's enough to last us the day and a half that we have left. I'm gonna put down hypothermia risk, should be better in just a minute. I'm gonna put down my bedroll right there. And we are gonna do like 4 hours of rest. It's a little nap and it's probably not gonna make us feel much better. But it's better than nothing, because we still have the day and the night to travel. So with a little bit of fuel left, that did get us back up and running. Let me pick this up. Temperature's still a little bit rough, but actually you can tell there's a little bit more pep in our character's step right now. You can see it. I love it when you wake up from a rest in this game and your character starts moving like rapidly again. You're like, oh my god, I've been traveling so slowly for so long. For so long and so slowly. Feels so good right now. Feels so good. I don't know what this is gonna... I did this series as a bit of a desperation series because I lost a bunch of footage for something that was planned to run for at least like a month. And so I kind of did this spur of the moment trying to bounce back from a mistake that I made. And so I don't know what's coming after this. I know the new Styx game is coming out. I don't know if you guys remember Styx, the game with the Goblin Assassin. Its sequel is coming out pretty soon. And I really, really, really enjoyed the first game. And in fact, I found Styx to be one of the most likable characters in indie gaming for a long, long time. Nope, not today, doggy. Not today. I got places to be, people to see. But yeah, the new Styx game is coming out. I'm going to be gone at PAX for a couple of days after this, so I'm actually, this is my last batch of, like, desperation recordings. So I sat down today and I'm like, oh, I got to record like 100 videos because it's got to go through the weekend because I'm going up to PAX East. Flying out to Boston, like, tomorrow or the next day. I don't know when you guys are going to see this video, so I may actually be in Boston already by the time you see this. I don't know if we have to travel through a cave. Oh, no, we had to climb up into Timberwolf. I know where we are right now. I recall. So we're at the picnic area, and then in the picnic area, did I pick up all the food over here, or did I just ignore it all? If there's any food, we might actually need it. I don't think that tomato soup can would be super safe, in all honesty, laying out in the snow like this, but we didn't hit that other thing over there. Tomato soup's another 400 calories, maybe that we'll be able to put away. Yeah, I recall where I am right now. So we got to walk down this river and around. We got to climb down another rope, and then we're going to be where I want to be. I need some food, too, so let's go ahead and throw that down. Not a lot of time left to save ourselves, though. Not a lot of time left, so I'm trying to move. There we go. And if we see any cattail stalks along the way, always pick them up. You never know when you're going to need like a 40 stock or a 40 stack of stocks. There we go. It was almost a tongue twister, but it wasn't quite a tongue twister. I don't think the tongues twist very far anyways. Like, you ever tried to twist your tongue, like take it and see how many rotations you can get? Unless you got like an especially flexible tongue, I don't think that's going to work out so great. Just I don't know, my ears are really flexible. Different people have different flexibility in different fleshy and cartilaginous areas. Is that the word? Cartilaginous? Having lots of cartilage? I don't think that's a real word, but I'm going to use it anyways, like truthiness. I'm going to use it until it becomes real. Yeah, my ears are super flexible. My dad has weird freak ears that are like super like stiff, like stone. It's like, why are your ears like, I don't think your ears are supposed to crunch when you bend them. It's a little weird. Then again, he'll fire back and be like, just because I don't have those weird freak chewing gum ears like your mom. Like, man, this family's rough. This is what we grew up with. This is what we grew up with. To be fair, I fired first. I fired first, so a retaliation is necessary. But this is my home life. Just people ripping on each other and bombing on each other all day long. And this is why... do I want to go up on this stone right here? I kind of do. I think this direction is just as good as the other direction. It just doesn't involve a climb. And so for that reason, I'm going to ignore it because I don't fancy climbing right now. I don't unclassy climbing either. My climbing isn't fancy. My climbing is denoted by the climb of the po folks. I kind of want to have some fried chicken tonight. That's what I'm thinking about for dinner. Like, I don't know what I want for dinner. Right now, I'm trying to lose weight for my honeymoon because, like, in 6 months, I'm going on my honeymoon with my wife, and I want to be shredded because we're going to a location where I assume that I'm going to be shirtless most of the time, just chillaxing, just being like, hey, what's good? And so, like, I want to be yoked. The problem is I broke my leg, like, 6 months ago, and in breaking my leg, I wasn't able to work out for hella long, and so I gained, like, 25 pounds. And so I was like, damn you, broken leg. How dare you sabotage me like this? Sabotage, calling all y'all, and so forth and so on. Is this just like a little cave, or is this like one of the real caves? We have 1 day and 26 minutes left. Well, I mean, we've got a minute, so we might as well just sit here and feast for a little while. Because that warmth meter is going up either way. Not very quickly, mind you. But this wouldn't be the worst spot in the game to actually take like a 1 hour breather just to get our coldness leveled off. But making my way to Desolation Point. Gotta make it to Desolation Point. If you don't know what Desolation Point is, it's the place with the lighthouse, and it's the place with the whaling station. Lighthouse and the whaling station. Which I think actually connects to Pleasant Valley in this direction over here. that's something I've never used that connector before. I've always used, to get to Pleasant Valley, I've always used the connector that goes to Coastal Highway, I think. I don't think I've ever used the one that goes to Desolation Point, and if I have, I don't recall it. So, I don't think there's any climbing ropes or anything like that involved with where we're headed. I don't think it's particularly secret. In fact, I think this is the main way that you're supposed to enter Pleasant Valley. I think. But I don't know. Let's keep on trucking. All in all, if we can make it to the point in the day where our clothing evens out the fact that it's really, really cold, we can kind of double dip. And so we'll get like an entire morning's worth of travel in. Right as our meter hits the bottom, it'll be like 0 degrees Celsius so that we can just keep traveling. That's what I'm hoping will occur. If it's a particularly cold day, though, it's going to put that on hold. Gonna put that on hold. The other challenge that we haven't done on the channel yet is the Nomad Challenge. But I'm not really feeling the Nomad Challenge because the Nomad Challenge is kind of like a go places and sit there doing nothing challenge. And I don't know. It just doesn't scratch that itch for me. I very much like some of the other ones we did, though. The Hunted was really, really cool. I hope they make the AI a little bit better on the bear. A little bit more aggressive would probably make me happier. But aside from that, that was a really solid challenge. I enjoyed it. I liked how it had multiple parts, too. Like, it was like this ongoing epic story of survival between man and beast. It's a classical tale. I should have taken a torch out of the fire before I went this way. BT dubs. I forgot to do that. We got derelict cabins over here. I don't think they're going to provide us with any sort of respite from the cold, unfortunately. This dude died over a bottle. Hey, thanks for the beef jerky, pal. Thank you for the beef jerky. I can't imagine prying a shirt off of a dead body. That'd be really, really rough. That'd be one of those life experiences that, like, I feel like it might be a little bit tough to come back from. Like, what are you doing? I'm wrenching the goods off of this dead body. Monsieur Thénardier style. Because I don't give a shit. I raise my eyes to view the heavens, but only the moon looks down. That's probably one of my favorite literary lines ever. Although I don't know if it was in the book. Having trouble recalling. Might have only been in the musical. Ah, perfectly timed. My cat just dropped a deuce and now the whole house stinks. Anytime I want to do anything that involves a lot of breathing, cat's got to drop a deuce. What used to really make me mad is when I would eat a meal. He would get mad because I hadn't fed him yet, and he would take a dump while I was trying to eat. Oh my god, it used to make me so mad. Because you would see him do it. Like, you would be making your dinner, and he would look right at you, and he'd be like, "Where's my dinner?" And I'm like, "Your dinner isn't for a couple of hours. You need to lay off." And then there you go. He'd trot off to the other room. All of a sudden, a reek would come through, and now I'm trying to enjoy my dinner, and I can't. Because the whole house just stinks. Then he'd come back in with this smug, shit-eating little grin on his face. Like, if I could strangle you, I would, kitty. I would. I would. In his old age, my cat has really become kind of the adversary of my life. Used to like him a lot. And now that he's like 20 years old and he's just crotchety and angry, and I think he's got dementia or something, kitty dementia, he just acts hella rowdy all the time. Like crazy caveman rowdy. Just 24 hours a day. And I'm just like, this cat. Hey, we got power lines over here. That's normally a good sign. Now I need to see where this is going to pop me out, I think. I have a pry bar so I can get into the trunk. However, the trunk is devoid of anything that I want. Driving gloves in the back seat. So what I need to do is, I'm not really familiar with Pleasant Valley. So what I need to do is I need to travel back over this way and see if I'm where I think I am. If I am, I don't think there's any direct route into Pleasant Valley. If this dead ends right here into like a wall of rock, then I'll have a rough idea of where I'm at, because I do recognize that part of Pleasant Valley. But if it doesn't dead end out, yeah, I think I know where I am. Tinder plug and an energy bar. Yeah, I think I know where I am. I think I've got a rough relational feeling where I'm at. So if I go back over here past the car, if this fog would ever piss off, that would be the second part that would make this a lot easier. If this fog would ever go away, my life would be much, much simpler. But yeah, I think what'll happen is I'll go out this way where the car is at. I'll cut left. There will be a cave over there that you might perchance remember from when we were doing our hunted playthrough. We might take a little siesta in the cave for a couple of hours. Go out. There will be a second mine. The mine will take us, I think, to Desolation Point. If not to Desolation Point, it'll take us to the Coastal Highway Connector, which I think gets us pretty close. But 24 hours left to get this thing done. We got to stay on task, everybody. If we don't, it's not going to work out well for us. So I'm going to cut a lefty over here. I watched a documentary today on this guy named Daryl Davis, I think it was. Basically, he's like a black dude that goes and meets with the KKK and like other people and like convinces them not to be KKK anymore. It's a pretty dope documentary. Like killing them with kindness or something like that. I don't know. Why it made me feel all sentimental. I'm like, man, I'm kind of a shitty human being. Because like when faced with my enemies, I'm like, I will destroy them. This guy gets faced with his enemies and he was like, I will figure out what their perspective is and I will make them love me. And then they will be like, damn, I don't want to hate on you anymore. I'm like, see, that's way too much effort for me. I must be a shitty person. It's too much effort. I can't invest that into somebody that I know already hates me. I'd just be like, ah. But I could always just hit you with a brick. Got him. Wasn't sure I was going to make that shot because he was going over like a bunch of hills and... Oh, with this fog in the way, I'm super disoriented right now. And this fog has been here for like 9 hours. It just won't go. I think if I go this way, there will be a path. I mean, I don't have my cave. I wasn't able to find the cave because of the fog. And so that's got me kind of worried at the moment. But like, I think if I follow this up, there should be like a path that leads up to a mine around here somewhere. But the main issue is I just have no visibility. I can't identify landmarks or anything because like I can't see. And we don't have time to wait this out. That's the other part is like normally I would just wait this out so I don't get lost. But we don't have time to do that. That's not what I'm looking for, I don't think. This might be, though. Trying to look behind myself and see if it feels familiar. Dude, if I... Oh, sprain wrist. Jesus Christ. How did I sprain my wrist just walking? Sometimes some of the injuries in this game, they're head scratchers. You're just like, so how did that happen? Like, well, you were walking up a hill. Okay, so how did I sprain my wrist walking up a hill? Like you just did. Shut up, okay? Alright. I mean, you know I'm just going to take painkillers, right? Yes, I know. I know that this is futile. It's fine. Oh my god, if I found the mine while completely blind like this, and I think I did. Wow. I don't really know what to say right now. I did that totally by gut feeling. Like, because I couldn't tell where I was going. I have no idea where I'm wandering to. Like, I just had a feeling that it was the right direction. It's weird how that works, though, huh?
This cold is making my head feel...
That weird, like, I don't know if it's like old caveman senses or something that we still have as human beings, left over from our, like, animal ancestors, where, like, we just have a rough sense of direction, and just be like, yeah, this feels like the right way. I don't smell anything, I don't see anything that leads me to believe this is the right way, but I think it's the right way. I'm going to stop this off right here. My name is Splattercat. Thank you for joining me in this episode of The Long Dark. We're going to be moving forward right now. Might be a little bit tough. There's a book. That'll work. Can I start a fire in here? Is that possible? Start a fire then. And I will see you all in the next episode. It's been a lot of fun. I'm looking forward to seeing you in tomorrow's episode, where we will more than likely finish off this challenge. Hi to everybody, and I will see you there.